Apparently I started taking pictures when I was about 5 years old because there's a family photo with me standing next to my mom, and I've got a camera around my neck. But in my adult life, the first time I started shooting pictures, I think I was a senior in high school. And I had a Polaroid land camera with the sticky stuff you had to smear on the print so it didn't fade after you shook it.
I've heard stories about this camera.
I took that camera on my senior trip to Hawaii. In those days, Honolulu was still cool, but I must have not been too cool carrying around a Polaroid land camera with a bellows, shooting the water, waves, and young ladies. I love to take pictures of people, though I have a hard time asking someone to pose for me. So as a wedding photographer in Sonoma County for 15 years, it was great because I felt like everyone at the wedding was available for me to take a picture of. And all I had to do is walk up to them and say, "The bride would like me to take your picture, follow me to the vineyard." I have a picture of my old partner on Treasure Island in San Francisco. He's looking at this sunset that looked extremely unique. It had rays spilling all out of the Transamerica Pyramid and all colors, and he's a silhouette in the foreground, and because he had a stocking cap, he looks like a cone head. That's a good question. I've seen a lot of pictures. I love black and white photographs from the 40s and 50s that are extremely high contrast of a variety of stars or people. One of my favorite photographers of that time was Avedon, and his photography amazed me. And he shot primarily with natural light, which is really cool. I think social media is a great way to communicate with people. I love posting things on social media. I very rarely have somebody say, "That's horrible, Craig." I wish it was around when I was a college kid. I probably could have stayed in touch with my college friends a whole lot better. Since I wasn't a letter writer, that has pretty much all faded, but I think social media is awesome. Selfies are fun to show you who you're with and where you are. And the other option is to have a tripod available, a camera with a self-timer. Most cameras have self-timers, but you have to make yourself pull out that tripod and set it up, and you'll definitely have a better picture than you could get on your phone. But selfies establish this history, which is pretty neat. My camera bag has changed over the years because right now I'm not shooting with the Nikon, I'm shooting with the Sony, and I have a 16-70 f4 that's very sharp, and a 55-210, which I would like to upgrade to the 70-350. So then I would have quite a nice range in a very small package. I also carry a little flash just in case. I really always have been attracted to shapes and colors, and so I've shot a lot of what I would call abstract pictures. I've done a lot of professional photography over my lifetime. I used to shoot for many of the big wineries in Sonoma County, like Gallo and Dry Creek and others. I haven't been shooting professionally for quite a while now. That's correct. I love to teach. I think that it has replaced my performance art that I used to do a lot of when I was in college. I played guitar and sang in little coffee shops, and sometimes worked with other people, and that was very creative and satisfying. So now, as an older person, I've loved to teach. It's kind of like a performance in front of a group, and I teach a beginning and an intermediate. I teach a flash class, and I love the photo walks that we've put on where we walk through downtown Reno or a park, and everything is spontaneous and unplanned, which is great. It's really a great way to improve your skills. When I was a college kid, I bought the Time Life series on photography, and the black and white pictures in there by the old masters that were both in Europe and in New York, with black and white pictures of people and shapes and things like Stieglitz, were people that kind of got me inspired to start doing photography. Photographs in albums and magazines and the old Time magazine and Life and Look chronicled our history. And I'm scared that without that photo pictorialism being done today, that we will not have a history 20 or 50 years ago, 20 or 50 years in advance, where a young man could look at a book and see what Craig Moore did in a winery in '85 and then be inspired to go find the latest brewery or the beach and get his or her own picture of that event. I think my photography will continue to be like it has been, shooting pictures of people, which I love, and also the landscape that we live in, and generally the shapes and colors of the landscape, maybe rather than the grand scene, as I stated earlier. I feel like a picture of a blossom sometimes can tell a better story than a picture of the orchard. I do print them via modern methods now, not in a darkroom anymore, but via kiosks and custom printing solutions. I feel it's important. Don't let your friends tell you you cannot do it. You need to stand up for yourself and believe in yourself and fight for your photography and go for it.
That's very inspiring.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.